And welcome back to Let's Play River City Girls 2. We are back in Technos, and we're trying to fight our way to Suiko. We were directed to go to the atrium by Godai, and we found Sabuko waiting for us here, so we can assume she's got some sort of pointer for us, or perhaps even a goodie to help us get to Suiko. Let's give her a talk.
I see you've met my father's tech guru.
It's Sabuko. Maybe she can help us.
Definitely. What's a guru exactly?
If you're looking for Suiko, you'll need an access code to reach her office.
And that's why you're here, right? To give us the code?
No. There's an air vent in the next room.
I don't like where this is headed.
Crawl into the vent, and it'll take you to the robotics warehouse.
This sounds complicated. Can you write it down for us?
I'm sure it'll appear in our missions checklist.
Right. Please go on.
To continue, there is a computer in the warehouse where you can generate an access code.
Great. Thanks. Got it.
I'm not finished yet. At the end of the vent, there is a fan that will chop you into pieces. As much as I would like to see that happen, I need you to help me defeat my father. Take this EMP device. With it, you can short out the fan long enough to bypass it.
Can we use it on enemies too?
Hey, it's got a little face on it.
Yes. Its name is Bibu. Please take care of it.
I'm Bibu!
Aww.
Do you understand everything I've told you?
It's got a cute little smile and everything.
It's not that cute.
Bibu loves his new friends!
Okay, it's pretty cute.
Thanks, Sabuko. Come on, Bibu. Let's go find that air vent.
Alright, we got a brand new friend, Bibu, and he's here to help us short out some fans and air vents. Bibu is actually handed off to us as a weapon, and geez, come on, let me pick up Bibu. And if you whack things with it, Bibu will shock them. The shock is not that damaging, actually. It takes way too many hits to actually kill anything with Bibu, so I would recommend just not using him to actually fight anything.
Zap, zappity zap!
Wow, that thing packs quite a punch.
My name is Bibu, and you're my bestest friends!
It's oddly adorable.
He's basically a bug zapper.
A really cute one.
So, between this video and the last, I picked up a brand new move for Pruvi. I picked up her running special attack. The reason I picked this attack up specifically is that it is actually one of the most damaging single attacks in the game. It hits like an absolute truck for some reason, and it comes out very quick. And this is going to be very important for the boss fight at the end of Technos, so I really, really wanted to have it. It gives Pruvi by far the easiest time of any character against that particular boss. For reasons, you can only really hit that boss with very limited windows of opportunity. There's a lot of things that'll interrupt your assault on the boss. But the reason for that won't really become apparent until we are fighting them, of course. I say that like it's not already a known that the boss is going to be Suiko. So yes, when we fight Suiko, spoiler. Also, I would just like to point out this time, this is where the level scaling for the enemies really starts to overtake the stat boosts you can get from buying food as well as leveling up in Nightmare mode. So try your best to avoid getting picked up by anything. Certain attacks will just easily take out more than 50% of your life if you get picked up by them. Enemies to be really cautious of. I've mentioned them previously, but you really want to be careful of the punk ladies with the masks and the bags. Their spinning bag attack can absolutely decimate your health bar. The Arnie lookalikes can also be pretty nasty towards you, and the cat robots. The cat robots, sorry, Bibu, also have a ton of projectile attacks as well as multi-hit attacks that do absolutely ludicrous damage, so just do your best to avoid getting hit by those. So I believe... No. Okay, so yeah, they're a little inconsistent about if they'll die. Like I said in the previous video, if you want to make sure to kill them for sure, you can hit the heads as they're bouncing around, or otherwise pick them up and throw them. But the hit detection on it's a little wonky, and blue and red cat girl bots, they explode when they are killed in pieces, so it's not exactly recommendable to try and hit them. There we go. Luckily, when it goes off, Pruvy's Guard Breaker has a pretty generous hitbox. Wanted to pick that guy up with the dash attack so I could go into her up special. Yeah, I don't really bother to remember any of the attack names in particular unless they just have a name that really stands out to me. So I usually just call them stuff like the up special or the grab special or whatever kind of special that we happen to be using. And just throw this guy. I actually do not have too many grab specials. They're just really expensive. Bibu, what even tingled you? I didn't use you at all. I could pick up Noise to help me out with some healing, but I was testing it off screen. And okay, Bibu, get out of here. I was testing it off screen, and her healing is absolutely absurd. Oh no, I don't mean to pick up Bibu. He's not that helpful. But she can bring you from basically 0 to dead, and I think that's pretty broken, so I'm not going to use that because I feel like it's against the spirit of the game. Much like using healing items. I could do that and make things a lot easier on myself, but it's just less interesting to see, and it's kind of... The game is definitely designed without that in mind, so I'm just going to ignore that for the most part. I don't even know what the heck happened there. I think I might have picked up the Catgirl robot's head, and that's why I wasn't doing my combos there. But as you can see, I've already lost half my health, and I've just taken stray hits from these things, like not even getting picked up into any multi-hit attacks or combos or anything. So yeah, the enemies at this point in Nightmare Mode just get so nasty. Even on tough mode, you can still die so quickly. It's only really, you're only really consistently ahead of the curve on normal mode. Kind of the drawback of this being a hybrid of a beat-em-up and having RPG elements. I'm actually very thankful that guy dropped the chili. I don't know if we've seen it, but there are 3 healing pickups, and the healing value for the apple and the chili, which we've seen the most, is very arbitrary, but there is a 3rd health pickup, which is a giant, like a roast chicken or something, and that, as far as I can tell, always heals you to full.
We're having so much fun right now!
Is that the air vent?
How would I know what an air vent looks like?
Don't you watch movies?
Not about air vents.
Come on, Provy, you're not that isolated. I'm sure you can recognize an air vent. Anyway, speaking of said air vent, let's get into it.
This is actually pretty clean for an air vent.
Oh, you've been inside many?
Not really, no.
Alright, so I'd just like to point out for this screen, this is a really annoying screen. Do not rush in. Wait for this ice trap to go. Okay, the second one, then we can just run across. If you get frozen in here, it is so easy to just get caught in a loop where the enemies keep pushing you in the ice trap.
Time to fire it up.
What if it hurts Bibu?
We'll be fine, come on.
Bibu, no!
Well, that was the ultimate tragedy, but yes, for hitting the last fan, Bibu unfortunately goes the way of the dinosaur. Very tragic, but that's neither here nor there. We have a mission to get to. Now that we've made it to this section of Technos, there will be a door down here that actually leads back to where Sabuka was, so we have a short back to the safe room.
Stuff going on in this warehouse.
Yeah, these people are clearly not using their abilities for good.
Alright, so here, you can either fight on the conveyor belts, or you can just go in the safe area here. If you can pick these guys up, and I'm trying to show it off, you can just launch these guys off the side to kill them instantly. Or sometimes they can bounce off the wall. You kind of have to be in a particular spot for it to work. I think also your up heavy attack can launch them in there pretty consistently, or not. Not that it really matters. I may as well just do standard attacks to finish these guys off. There we go. When they're already dead anyway, that's when I'm knocking them in for the instant kill. That was a surprisingly short fight. I thought that one went on for longer, and with more annoying enemies. Anyway, the way we need to go is right here.
What's going on? This room looks like a glitchy Old West or something.
Just computer nerd fantasy stuff. Try to ignore it.
And try not to fall into any death traps.
That too.
Speaking of falling into death traps, there I go. But there is actually a secret in this old-timey Old West room. If you press the X button in front of this one, or hold it rather, There we go. I needed to stand in the right place. You get a key. Take this key, go over to this outhouse, hold X in front of it. And we get our secret room for Technos. Bit of a tricky one to get into. It's not really obvious. Like, you would probably, if you knew about the secret rooms at all, you'd probably think to stand in front of the outhouse, and when that wasn't working, you'd probably be pretty confused. No, this is the only one that has, like, a two-step process to actually getting into it. Alright, where we need to be is at the end of the room.
That must be the computer.
Wait, we've passed like 1,000 computers so far. What makes you sure that's the one with Sabako's code?
Call it a hunch.
Well, I can't argue with that. Let's go.
It shrunk us. Where are we?
I think we're inside the computer.
Strange. Everything looks so...
Boring.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Why do people use these things?
Do I look like a nerd? Ask me something I know.
Well, how do we get out of here then?
Maybe those weird shapes have something to do with it.
Man, I feel called out there. But we actually have a puzzle here. We've got images of chess pieces and chess pieces floating around. So you've probably seen this one before. We gotta hit them in the right order. While we're trying to do that, that guy at the bottom, those guys at the bottom will just be trying to annoy us. Okay, so we got the knight. Next we gotta get the pawn. Sometimes they can float up out of your way, and geez, I thought... No! Okay, so if you screw it up and hit the wrong piece, either... Oh no, this is actually going really bad. Ugh! Why am I not able to get up here? Okay, where is the knight? There's the knight. Let's see. Not the bishop. I think that's a queen. Not that really matter. No, wait, this... no. We need to hit the pawn. Okay, and then we gotta hit that... I think that's the bishop. A lot of the pieces look kind of similar in these low... quality sprites. There we go. I can't believe I screwed that up. That's actually the worst I've ever had that go.
We got the code.
We think so anyway. They're the only numbers we found.
567254.
Good. Let me check. Okay. Suiko is in the biodome. It should be marked on your map.
Great. Thanks for helping us out, Sabako.
Yeah, you're pretty cool, considering we kicked you out a window once.
Don't mention it. Now, where is the EMP device?
Oh,
See, the thing with Bibu is...
he's dead.
Sorry about that.
I told you not to use it so much.
You did. We are bad people.
I can still hear his adorable little voice.
Really? I can't.
No, I mean in my head.
Oh, right, me too.
It's fine. It was just a piece of machinery.
Take that back.
You better hurry. I don't know how long Suiko will remain in the biodome.
Oh, Sabuko desperately trying to hold back the tears there. Now, for completing that main quest, we actually unlock a side quest back in the office area. We got a little bit of dialogue here, and then I'm going to cut back to there so we can talk to the side quest character.
Finally, we're back to normal.
Great. I hated being shrunk.
Me too. It seems like something you could do maybe once in a series, and then afterward it's played out.
Agreed. If it happened again, it'd be like, really? Come on.
Alright, so upon completing Sabuko's quest, we get a text message from this girl over here.
Oh, hey, it's you two. Did you also get high-tech Technos internships?
We broke in here.
Then we destroyed a cute little robot.
Sorry, Bibu.
Okay. Well, I'm helping advance their robotic AI systems.
To be weapons or something?
Actually, to streamline distribution of care packages for typhoon-displaced orphans overseas.
Oh, that sounds nice.
It super is. It's like so important to do charity work and extracurricular activities while we're still in high school. And colleges eat that crap up. Speaking of, can you two help me find some objects lying around here? I've been sprucing up the techies' cubicles, but now I have to put everything back where it was.
Why can't you do it?
We're kind of busy right now.
I would, but I don't really do the whole manual labor thing. But you two look totally used to it, you know?
Fine, whatever. Just tell us what we need to find.
Why do we keep taking on these little missions?
Sometimes it's easier to get it done than to argue.
Well, if you had a real answer, Ricky, it's just for money and experience, really. But yes, we need to collect office supplies for Kuniko. Sorry. More particularly, we need to collect office furniture, so a printer, a file cabinet, and a coffee maker. They are scattered across areas not too far from the office. The first one is in the assembly area here, so we'll just head into this one. Get another text from Kuniko with the locations. Well, I'm afraid we're not going to be able to see eye to eye on that, Ricky. And also, Jesus, I was talking earlier about how these guys can absolutely destroy your health, and I'm almost dead just from getting picked up by two of those, like giant fist hydraulic punches. That was terrible. Ouch. Hopefully I don't actually die here, though it's not a terribly huge deal if I do. Oh, hey, level up. Okay, that spares me a little bit of embarrassment. Thank you. But yeah, so it's pretty straightforward. We get to the furnishing that we need to collect, then we have to fight a bunch of guys. If you pick up the furnishing, you can't actually attack with it or throw it, so it's just there to get in your way during the course of the fight. So try your best to avoid fighting around it, using your quick attacks while near interactable objects. Your characters tend to prioritize interacting with the objects instead. Pretty obnoxious, but what can you do? Also, I'd just like to say, I absolutely hate the exploding barrels they put on the screen. You have to fight here a couple times, and just those barrels, you hit them, and you get knocked out of your attacks. I just don't like it. Why'd they do it like that? They're trying to get on my nerves. Alright, let's get our coffee machine. Now, it isn't exactly clear what you do with the coffee machine once you get back to the office, but there are 3 designated locations for all of the different office furnishings.
Look at all these things.
Kuniko?
She's on her phone. Guess we'll have to figure it out.
Now, you may have noticed that by that cubicle, there was sort of a dull white spot. You have to go to the correct spot for the furnishing that you have, and it'll automatically plop down when you walk over it. I believe there's one somewhere over here. No, it's a little bit to the right. But there are 2 more spots we can put furnishings down in, and each furnishing goes to a specific spot, so you just have to walk into it and see if the one you have drops into it.
Found the filling cabinet.
You mean the filing cabinet?
I thought it was filling, because you fill it with papers?
Okay. That makes sense, I guess.
You know what? Ricky does have a good point there. I feel like that's valid. You know what, Ricky? If you want to call it a filling cabinet, you call it a filling cabinet. I just like pretending like the characters aren't reading from scripts and this is their actual personality in the videos. It is pretty funny, though, because Ricky has now done a complete 180 and is a completely different person from when we were playing as him personally. And darn, could not hit that guy. Yeah, stunning enemies has weird effects on a lot of your moves, in particular guard breakers, where stunned enemies, when they're getting up, cannot be launched with the guard breakers, which is pretty annoying, honestly. Stunning in general has a tendency to cause combos to drop, just because it tends to cause the enemies to sink to the ground like rocks. Oh, so there's a good example of using a broken pinwheel as a off-the-ground attack. Alright, that actually went pretty well. Let's go plop this filling cabinet where it needs to go. This one goes on the far side of the office, in that dull white spot that we first passed when we entered it. Coming from the assembly area, of course. And just a reminder that if you're achievement hunting, every single cubicle, every single computer monitor needs to be destroyed. It's pretty tedious, but it's not a hard achievement to get either. There we go. Now we just gotta grab a printer. It's making me think of the printer at work. Hate that thing. It got a serious Office Space attitude towards it. This one is also located just a couple screens from the office. We go to the left when we leave it this time. All of these locations are put on your map by Kuniko if you're a bit confused about where to go.
The printer.
How can you tell?
It says printer on it.
Yeah, Sherlock and Watson here, right? But yeah, the locations are on the map. Not that you'd really have to explore a bunch to find these, because they're so close to the office. Especially the coffee maker, which is literally just a screen away. Yeah, I've never actually played through any of the Double Dragon games all the way, although I have played a bit of the first game, though I never actually finished it. I've only ever gotten to like the halfway point. There's my favorite variety of the bad cop, is the Mario cop. Everybody loves this guy. Unfortunately, he throws the stupid gas grenade, which is a really useless assist. was easily my least favorite from the first game, and it's still really terrible in this one. Fortunately, other variants of the cops have ones where they just do a whack with their batons. I was looking for that apple. Anyways, let's get this printer moving. Thankfully, the spot where we drop this is really close to the entrance of the office area, so we don't have to walk too far to dump this thing off. And yeah, you just want to walk around everything. You cannot fight at all with a printer, which is kind of a missed opportunity. I'd love to be able to smack things with a printer, but they did not decide to let us do that, so we just gotta slowly walk, and yep, that's exactly what you don't want to see. Some guy just running to deck you in the face, or kick you in this case. And now that we've done that, Kuniko is ready to talk to us again.
Okay, we put everything back where it was supposed to go.
Did you know it's filing cabinets and not filling? News to me.
Great, thanks. You two are the best. Now I can get the heck out of here. This place sucks anyway, ever since the Yakuza took it over.
Hey, Kuniko, you want to hang out this weekend?
Ooh, jeez. I mean, I would, but I'm pretty busy this weekend. We're adopting stray dogs from the pound and giving them cute makeovers so they don't look all gross and infected anymore. That way, someone might actually take them home and love them or something. But it was real cool seeing you two again. Later!
I regret helping her. Let's go.
I regret helping everyone.
Aw, come on, don't be like that, Provy. Look at this beautiful EXP reward that we got. I'm sorry, XP. Gotta get the terminology straight between different games. We also get the makeup kit. I believe that increases your damage against female enemies, which, you know what, may as well equip that since this will be effective against Suiko. Don't need the coin purse right now. Now that we've opened up the path to the biodome, we can actually get there quicker just by going this way instead. This little museum area, I didn't really draw attention to it, but this also connects to the biodome, so we can get there from here, and this is much closer to the office, so let's just take it. It's also convenient, because as we enter it, we've got a photo op. I like how Provy did a little dab there for the photo. Alright, we're getting close to being done with that. I forget if I mentioned it, but the photo op in Flatirons is only available during night. And now that we...
Biosphere place?
I think so. I see plants all around.
Well, where's Suiko?
Know where you'll find me. I left 18 minutes ago.
I told you we shouldn't have helped Kuniko.
Where are you now? We still got a score to settle with you.
Tell you what, you two survived my friends, and we'll grab a latte. Just take the elevator all the way up to my office. If you survive.
Why does everyone keep offering me coffee?
Funnily enough, about that line about helping Kuniko, they say that regardless of whether or not you actually helped her. I actually did not realize that quest activated the first time I played the game, so I was really confused about what the heck they were talking about when I saw that scene. I was like, did they get Sabuko's name wrong? Just a little silly thing, I thought. There are a couple of times the script doesn't really match up with what should be happening or what should be said. Also, I hope this isn't the case, but when I was doing my roundup of collecting items for Provy, I got some dialogue going to Ocean Heights that is not supposed to trigger until after we're done with Techno, so hopefully that does activate again when we're going back to Ocean Heights proper, but possibly it's another case of, you know, Godai's dialogue bugging out where we're just not going to hear something because the game decided to screw up. It's kind of weird that I've noticed a few bugs like that in this game. Probably the increased difficulty of developing the game for online co-op lent itself to more bugs, as well as trying to script the game for multiple characters, even if they're all reading the same dialogue. So I can see the development leaving a lot more room for bugs in this game. At the very least, playing on PC, I've got a fix for the frame rate. I'm so glad that they pushed out a beta patch for that. The frame rate is really disorienting on the console versions of the game currently, since they don't have access to the beta patch and have to deal with the janky dropped frames in 30 FPS. I haven't really been drawing too much attention to this, but this is also by far one of the most annoying areas to fight in the game. Those lasers go off way too often.
I wonder how high up her office is.
Hopefully not very high, because this music is terrible.
The worst, but a little bit catchy.
I like this one. I think this one's a little bit less goofy than the one for the Witchy Woods. Also, I finally did memorize the name of that place, so I don't have to call it the Lost Woods anymore. Yeah, what the heck.
Is not an optimal place to fight a bunch of thugs.
Yeah, even one this spacious.
Like most elevator sequences that have windows or just open spaces on the sides, you can throw enemies out of them, but it's surprisingly difficult to do so. They have a tendency to get caught up on the railing and just not fall over.
Better odds just waiting for us at the top, rather than attacking us in here in waves.
Yeah, probably, but I doubt that's gonna happen.
Yeah, probably.
Look, do not insult the Streets of Rage method. It is tried and true and proven, and it can still be difficult. Honestly, this sequence is just pretty easy because they don't really overwhelm you with enemies. It's just a handful that they throw at you. Oh, whoops. I will say, though, that is a very, very powerful combo. It has a pretty good odds of killing things if you can do it without getting yourself thrown out a window.
This music's kind of growing on me.
I'm glad you guys are getting to appreciate the finer things. Anyways, boss time.
Alright, lady, you hacked our phones to make us look like fools.
Yeah, don't even try to deny it.
Why would I deny it? It's what I'm best at. It's what they pay me to do.
Oh, well then you better tell us your backstory so we can get this fight going.
Backstory? I'm not telling you two anything about me. No wonder you two were so easy to hack.
We're not easy to hack.
Please. Your password is my password.
We share the same password? That's a coincidence.
Okay then, so let's get this fight going. Unless you're afraid of a pair of...
Hold up. I'm composing a honk by facial recognition. Don't distract me or I might accidentally order a lemon spice latte. Record message. Tessa G. OMG, girl, that dress was hella blazin'. Hashtag hot bumpin'. Hashtag what? Catch you later at Dovely's, boo-boo. And message, add font, glitter Audi, shade 233 magenta, filter, nostalgia baby. Launch, send. Okay, now where were we?
I'm gonna knock your head off!
I'd like to see that. Computer! Load badass bot fight music track 26. Okay, let's see what you're made of. Literally.
In fitting with her personality, Suiko is by far the most annoying fight in the game. I absolutely despise this fight. So, Suiko, it starts out simple enough. She'll summon a bunch of crap. You'll notice that she's covered by a barrier, and that thing on top, if you get close, it starts to flex its arms and it'll punch out. Suiko will not actually be actively attacking you for the most part, just calling in her drones and stuff, and she'll be walking through these various tables. When she's interacting with a table, you cannot actually damage her. She becomes immune to being hit. So this whole fight is just dodging stuff and taking the hits you can get on her shield while she isn't interacting with the table. And you may have noticed right there, that is why I picked up Pruvi's running special. Look at how much damage that does. It is bonkers. It is by far the best way to get through this fight. When you defeat her, or deplete her health bar, much like Marion does, she puts us through a bit of a platforming sequence, including sending us through some old Technos games. Also, that was dumb. You're supposed to get to the end and go through a doorway to get through it, but it also just ends if you fall. There's not really any penalty for failing these, and sometimes they can be a little buggy. Alright, let's just get out of here. For this first time, you just have to do 2 of them. Thankfully, she does not put you through as many platforming challenges as Marion does. Now, Phase 2 begins, and it gets a lot more annoying. Now she's going to be sending out these waves of drones. Green ones are moving along the ground, red ones are moving through the air. You have to go through the gaps between them to avoid getting hit by them. Additionally, she'll also start calling in Catgirl robots to make your life miserable. Fortunately, these ones do not have much health. But yeah, this is where the fight starts to get hectic, because you have so many different things to keep track of. You're almost certainly going to get tagged by at least one of them. And getting tagged by one can cause you to run into another, and the damage can just rack up super quick if you are not particularly lucky. And unfortunately, we do not have unlimited special bar, so I do have to be mindful of how many running specials I'm using. Alright, we should be able to hit her with one, then let's just walk down a bit. You generally want to avoid being too aggressive when the drone columns are moving along the screen. It just makes it far too likely that you're going to get caught by a bunch of stuff and get hit if you bump into them. Okay, yep, like right there. I'm trying to fight while those drones are going, and it's just hard to see all the different stuff that's coming your way. Alright, let's let that thing punch. Yeah, and sometimes she's just gonna move so quickly between the tables, you don't even get an opportunity to hit her. Alright, heading into the next platforming section. Funnily enough, I've noticed a couple of weird bugs with this segment in the Nintendo Switch version. For starters, there seems to be a set order that you get sent to these in the Switch version, or at the very least, every time I attempted the fight, I got sent to them in the same order every time. It's supposed to be random which one you get sent to. Additionally, specifically in that River City Ransom segment, for whatever reason, the enemies have red eyes instead of the intended black eye sprites. Not sure what the deal with that one is. I actually don't know what game this is from. Whatever, we're out of Technos Land. This one I know is from Double Dragon 2. And I think the one that wasn't River City Girls 0, I think that might have been the Sega Genesis version of Double Dragon. This one's actually pretty annoying to get through without taking a hit, because the Lindos just camp the ladders and start whipping as soon as you get close. Have to go through 3 this time, but fortunately it's not too bad. Now this is where it becomes do or die. We're going to just be getting bombarded with so much crap at this point that we can die in a matter of seconds. You especially want to be mindful of the Catgirl robots. Do not mess around with them too much, or let them hit you with projectiles, because they do so much damage. Okay, whoop, no, I did not mean to do broken propeller. I buffered up too many attack strings there. Okay, fortunately they're out. You'll also notice that aside from her calling in lasers, the floor is electrifying, and yeah, there's just so much to keep track of now. And it especially gets hard to keep track of things when the camera is zoomed out for the drone columns. Or perhaps I should say drone rows, since they're just going strictly horizontal. Using the Etrian Odyssey way of perceiving it. And oh no! Yep, this is exactly what I was talking about. You get picked up by one thing, you start getting hit by a bunch of other things. No! Miss. Come on, if I can just hit her. Yeah, it is always the worst when the table just appears slightly diagonally from her. Let's see. No! Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Yeesh. Ah, come on! No, that was a bad idea. Bad idea. I actually managed to get through that. Okay. No! It's just a little bit off. Oh, please tell me I'm not gonna die here. Yeah, you wouldn't think this fight would be as, not necessarily difficult, but, like, easy to die in as it is, but, just, like, all this stuff, like, the damage adds up quickly, and you get hit by one, like, right there, I didn't notice that the floor was electrified. I walk into it, forces me to take a hit. She throws out the grenades. Come on. Stop. No! Why does it keep going diagonal, though? Oh, no, I'm out of special. That's terrible. That means I have to... Oh, no. Oh, this is terrible. And... Okay. There's a very, very high probability I'm going to die here. Okay. That's not terrible. Okay, let's, no! Just a little bit off. Now we have to go over this one. Come on, help me out here, assist. It would be nice if these things dropped health, but, we're not that lucky. Okay. Yeah, let's just focus on avoiding. Keep an eye on the electrified floors here. Okay, whoop. Ugh. Come on. I think this is the last one. Okay, yes, that's the last one. Okay, we should be able to... Come on. No! Alright, well, I was almost at the end of the fight, so I'll just try again and hopefully beat her this time. There we go. Oh, worst fight in the game. Absolutely hate it.
Excuse me? Okay, I've seen enough. Computer and fight music. You two are tougher than I expected.
Well, you want to hack our phones now?
Already have, though
You should consider posting this fight on your feed. I'm not even embarrassed. You two are the next big thing in River City.
Which button does the feeding?
Never mind. Here, take my emblem. You'll need it if you're planning to take down Sabu. It'll get you into exclusive locations. Everyone who works for Sabu has one. Everyone who matters, anyway.
Why are you helping us all of a sudden?
Because I don't stand in the way of progress. If you end up deleting Sabu, tell him Suiko says hi.
Alright, there we go. I was dreading that fight because I knew it was going to go terrible. But we're done. We're done with Techno, so we can get out of here. We got all the kitties, we got all the cards. We can head on to Ocean Heights now. And I think just going out into the next room, we get a text. Okay, well we didn't. Well, let's head back to the hideout anyway. The game doesn't exactly direct you until you get... Oh, never mind, there it is. There we go. Not exactly when I was expecting it, but yes, we are invited by Primo to check out his diner, or rather his fancy restaurant, in Ocean Heights, which is where we'll be heading next time as Kyoko. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, though, goodbye.